All right, and we're live here at the station of decapitation without your head. I'm Nasty Neal.
And I'm Terrible Troy.
I'm Treacherous Trista.
Right. And we should have gave her a cool name, but she has a cool name already.
Rakefet came prepared.
Abergel, director of Boo, now on Alter. And we're going to talk about horror films, and hopefully that she doesn't get too scared.
I'm already scared. I just want to say, you've had the most amazing people on your show. I was just watching that whole thing. It's incredible what you've done. What you guys, it's amazing.
It is weird myself when I watch it. It's like, wow.
Oh, yeah.
You should be so proud. So proud. It's
Thank you. I appreciate it. Very good. So we're going to do the 13 tonight. I don't know what we're going to do. It's costumes we want to dress as Halloween. Some of us picked horror movies. Some of us didn't. It doesn't matter. We're not going to grade them. I don't think. It's not a test.
We may at the end. You never know.
I was doing it right. I kept going, am I doing this right? He's like, it doesn't matter. It's fine.
All right. As long as it's fun, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we do want to people
everybody's all over the place. I've even got real people on my list. So,
nice.
Am I on the list?
You might be. Everybody in this room might be on the list.
Interesting. So, but we do want to let people know Boo's on Alter, so you can watch it online.
Yes, it's also now on Bloody Disgusting's new VOD Roku channel, Bloody TV, on their Bloody Bites show.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. I don't know when it's on. We haven't gotten word about like a schedule, but it's like on. We just don't know what time of day it's on, but it's on.
Oh, I see. Well, just go and watch it after this is over, and eventually it'll pop up.
Yeah. Exactly. It's worth the wait anyway. It's a great one.
Yes. You even won I was jealous because you won a very cool hamburger award.
I have it right here. Do you want to see it?
I do.
Oh, yes.
You gave me this award.
I saw it in person at the time.
Yes.
I tried to steal it unsuccessfully.
This is when we met, and I got this amazing. I have to put it in front of me. This amazing.
Oh wow!
Isn't that awesome?
At Happenstance Horror Fest, and it was from Morbidly Beautiful and Happenstance for the Women in Horror Award, and it was the first. Can't really see it because of this stupid background, but it was the first award we got for Boo. It was the first award I got for Boo. Anybody got for Boo. And it was the first place it had played. We also premiered there, and it had never played in front of an audience besides like cast and crew and friends and stuff. So it's special. It's a special award. And you gave it to me, so it's extra special.
Right. And that was my short premiered at the same event.
Yes, your belly button. I can't even say the name of the movie, but the belly button movie.
Right. But Boo was awesome. So I know we talked before about Boo, but what was the experience like, going in to watch it with an audience for the first time?
It was super scary because I had seen it with like people that like love me. So like they weren't going to be too hard, you would assume. But to show it to literally a room full of people that I didn't know on the other side of the country, and I literally had nobody else with me that I knew. It was just me. And it was so nice. It was Happenstance was such a beautiful family feeling kind of an environment. And everybody was so nice to me. And it was so small and intimate and sweet. And like, it was perfect. I'm glad that it was there and not some whatever, like crazy big theater or something like that. 'Cause and then we won the audience award too for best film, best film, I guess. So, which was also nice of everybody because I was like, I didn't stack the votes. Nobody knows me.
Right. I was just saying it's special when because you said you showed it with people that like love you and know you, but if you watch it with an audience who don't know you beforehand, that means a lot.
Oh, for sure, because you could hear people going, and that's like the best. Trista, if I watch your movie with you, you'll just hear that the entire time. It'll just be going, woo, woo. I can't. I don't know.
Earlier today, we had another guest on, my friend Allie, and she was my date to go see Echoes. And she like, I love her, but I didn't do it on purpose, but she was like the loudest date. Like she's we're sitting in the back, and Allie's just stunningly beautiful, but then the movie starts and she's just screaming like, what the fuck? Like the whole time I'm like, oh, Allie. It was wonderful.
I'm always the person screaming during the horror movies, and when I'm in a room full of horror loving people, I definitely stick out because nobody else is screaming. It's usually just me, and they love it. People like watching horror movies with me because I'm terrified all the time of everything.
You're a great audience. Yeah.
Well, I think that's what makes I think comedy and horror fun to watch on the big screen in a theater, because you have the interaction. You don't really want people screaming if you're watching like a drama or something.
No, right. Well, no, and you're right. That's true. That's real. There's so many things about comedy and horror that are the same in a lot of ways. The timing has to be really right if you're directing or acting comedy or horror. The fact that the audience can interact, the fact that there are genre festivals, there are comedy festivals, there are genre festivals. Not so many like romantic drama festivals. I mean,
that used to be my go-to thing. There's no rom-com fest. And then out of the blue, I got an email if I would promote the rom-com fest.
So there's one.
You're probably responsible, Neal.
Yeah, maybe it was just a big elaborate joke on me. I don't know.
Yeah.
They started it just because you said there wasn't one. They're like, oh, we'll show him.
I have a huge ego.
I would actually go to that if I wanted to just cry a lot. I'd be like, I'm gonna go and just cry. cry.
Come 2020,
yeah.
It's a weird question, but since you weren't like a horror person going into making horror movies, did some of the background in comedy, did that help you, do you think? Because you said about the timing has to be.
I mean, maybe it helped me. I both Boo and Jackson Love, my first film, which I didn't direct, but I wrote and produced and starred in, and both of them got a lot of like, oh, there was like, they thought it was some kind of comedy horror, like there was some comedy to it that honestly I was trying to keep out of it. I didn't want there to be any comedy involved, and I almost can't help it. I just can't help it. It's just something. Like the way I would make my face or I would do something. And with Jax, I kept telling the director, Colin Campbell, I kept telling him, like, if I start going big or comedic here, like you gotta bring me back to like reality, because I don't want it to be silly. And I don't think it's silly, but there is definitely comedy in it. And it's like against my will almost. Like I don't really want it to be there. But so I don't know if it helped me or
I think Trista and I are similar in something, because I find a lot of comedy stuff that's not, most people don't. I think Trista does as well, but I think a lot of people who like horror, even if it's not intentional comedy, you can find some comedy in it.
Sure, it's okay to find comedy. I just didn't like with Boo, for instance, the end, if the makeup wasn't really good, it would come off being funny. And I didn't want it to be funny. Like there's maybe comedy involved or whatever, and it's a punchline and whatever, but I didn't want it to be like laughing at me. I wanted, or like, you know what I mean? I didn't want it to be like that. So,
yeah, I didn't get that.
Comedy is such a fine line. It's such a fine line. It can either be like, we're laughing at you because it's supposed to be funny, or we're laughing at you because it's not supposed to be funny, but it's hilarious, like The Room or something like that.
Yeah.
I didn't want to make The Room.
You did not make The Room. No.
That's good.
Yeah. I'm in the minority. I'm not even a big, I don't think The Room is particularly good either. And
I couldn't get
in an entertaining way. I just don't find it very good.
It's killing me.
It's okay.
Oh, see, I didn't even make it to the 13 costumes part.
I thought you just dyed your hair for the show.
This is me just. Oh, anyway, yes. I don't know. Comedy, I kind of miss it now, because I was the whole reason I started making what I thought were dramatic movies and not horror movies, but turned out to be horror movies, was I was just sick of doing all the comedy and feeling like that was all I could do, and that's all anybody would cast me in, and I was just pigeonholed as this comedian, and I was like, damn it, I can act. I mean, I was trained like at the Lee Strasberg Theater Institute, and I, do Shakespeare, and like, I want to do real stuff. So I wrote myself some dark characters to play, and hence my favorite picture ever. Yeah. So.
As before we went live, Trista mentions two very different versions of you on screen.
Yes, the smiley one with glasses.
Maybe after you talk to us for a while, you might look like the other
That one might come back.
It might. You never know. If you show me a horror movie, that's usually what I look like watching horror movies.
That's your trigger.
Yeah. I know you're talking about, watching Echoes of Fear, Trista's film. And just to put that out there, when I went to see it at Buffalo Dreams Fantastic Film Festival, the director or the guy the promoter of the festival, he said it's the scariest film he ever showed.
That's what I am saying.
That's awesome.
People who are horror people who don't get scared at anything, and I'm talking about multiple people have come up to me and said to me when this movie comes up, it's the scariest movie I've ever seen. I mean, I was so scared. I literally wasn't looking. But I mean, people who are not scared of anything. And so that's why I made the decision that I don't think I can handle it. I just can't handle it. But I'm going to watch it one day because, I mean, if it's the scariest movie anybody's ever seen, then obviously it's very, very good.
Well, you are welcome on the show anytime.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Thanks. I'm just, just trying to. No, I
think one of my favorite experiences at a convention, watching something with a group of people. So it's with a hardcore horror group of people, and we were watching Human Centipede 2. And to see like everybody there and everybody's, just covered in tattoos and everybody's got a black shirt on and everything. And that movie's just like so not for anybody squeamish in the slightest. And so just the sound effects are so gruesome in it. And it was just so much fun to people watch. And you're looking around and you see people like, and they're kind of like, they couldn't take it. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. And I was there laughing because I find it a really funny film.
Neal and I were kind of chuckling.
And laughing, of course. There was a short that played at Nightmares this past week called The Altruist. If you it was very well done, but it is hard to watch. And for many reasons. And if you're squeamish about bodily functions, it's something. The movie was so good. I couldn't stop watching it, even though I had to turn the sound off because I'm like, I can't hear it. I can't hear this crunching. I can't hear the squishing, and it actually made it so much less scary without the sound on, which there you go, sound design. Boo was not scary until the score was put on it. I'm telling you, I don't think it was a scary movie until we added music. Sound is important.
Who did the score?
Sam Smythe. He's a composer. He's really great. Actually, trivia, and maybe I shouldn't admit this, but whatever, I'm going to admit it anyway. The Boo score is actually not an original score. There's one piece that's original. The rest of it was from a previous film that he had done that he owned the rights to the music. And we put it in there. My editor, Ned Thorne, put it in there as a temp score. And it worked so good that I was like, we can't change it. I just love it. And he's like, yeah, but it's from another movie. You don't care. And I'm like, honestly, if you're happy as the composer and you think it's right. And he's like, I think it's perfect. And I'm like, I think it's perfect too. And he's like, I just want to rewrite one little section that I think could be more appropriate for that section or whatever. But other than that, it's not even our original score, and it just worked. So God bless him.
Did that change the editing of the film at all when you see the score or you hear the score?
You mean deciding which shots to use because of the music? So usually not, because I usually won't get the score put on until we're pretty locked. I don't even really want to see it with any kind of, we put a little temp sound and temp music in here and there, but I don't want to get locked into something and then feel like I couldn't move things around because we put the music on it. And so the music was really he had it. He might have been playing with it, I think, in some previous cuts, but I'm like, I don't even want to see it until we tell you that this is what we're doing with that picture is locked. And yeah.
Adam here in the chat, he wants to know, well, he wanted to know what movie we're talking about, Echoes of Fear, about the scariest, but he also wants to know what is the scariest film that you've seen?
Like all of them.
All the way through, I guess, or I don't know.
No, I mean, The Shining is up there. I saw that very young. And that scared me for a very long time. I'm trying to think, like, it's probably, The Lodge was pretty scary, I gotta say. And I loved that movie. Like, I loved it. It was so incredibly disturbing, but I loved it. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say because they honestly the fear factor for me is always like a 9 or a 10. It doesn't matter. Like Child's Play is a 9. Like I even when it's supposed to be silly, I find myself just terrified.
I always found killer toys kind of scary anyway. I think because I had a lot of action figures as a child.
Well, and Child's Play was the first scary movie I had ever seen. I was like, I don't know, 7 or something. I was at a sleepover and they all wanted to watch it. And I was like, my mom will not let me watch that. And they were like, it's okay, your mom's not here, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. And I remember having to call my mom after and have her pick me up because I couldn't go to sleep. I was terrified. And then I had to take all the dolls out of my room and I put them in another room and I just like was scared forever. And that was the last scary movie I saw until The Shining when I was like 15. Like I was like, that's it.
AJ says hello. AJ is watching from the hospital room. He said surgery. Well, hello, AJ. And hope you're recovering here. Thank you for joining us. So we have a 13. You want to start with the 13 here?
Do you want me to start?
Yeah, we could you're number 13 and we'll go around here.
Okay. I didn't understand the assignment.
Okay.
and I multiple times I texted you saying like I don't think I'm doing this right. But anyway. All right, my 13 costumes, they're just random 13 costumes that I thought would be fun. Ready? Okay, number 1 is...
We'll just start with number 13. We're going to each do our third, then we'll do 12 and we'll count down.
Oh, we're going to do 13 each and then, okay, got it. Okay.
So just do what number 1. Yeah, you're 13, yeah.
A sexy coronavirus molecule.
Excellent. Well, that is something, yeah.
You did misunderstand this.
I know. But I'm going to go with what I put.
I like that.
I don't have anything else.
I'm digging it.
Mine is also a sexy. Oh no, that's a different list altogether.
Right. Well, we'll go with your number 13, Troy.
Oh, or my number 13 is the Yogi Boogie Man. I think that would make a great.
From the Disney movie.
Well, from Nightmare Before
I was thinking of different, but yeah, that's an awesome choice, actually.
Yeah.
Then you could even do like the cool, yo joking, I can't believe my ears. Those things. But he had that big, like, burlap sack kind of look. I love it. It's a great look.
Well, I'll sew you up in a burlap sack.
All right, cool. I'll do it.
Even for Halloween.
Oh,
not in general, but
you could do that this weekend.
Trista, you're number 13.
My 13 is something I've been before a couple times and I have variations of, but I love it, and it's Wednesday Adam.
Oh, nice.
That's
I can
perfect.
see you definitely pulling it off.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
My 13 is something that I think would be impossible to pull off, but since it's a list here, it's not reality. I want to be the Blob.
Oh, that's awesome.
Not the X-Men character, but the Blob from.
Well, Fred Dukes would be a cool one too. But yeah, any version of the Blob. Would you want to be old school Blob or the new movie Blob?
The new, that's a remake that doesn't get enough love because that's actually a really good remake. I have to say, yeah, I would say it's actually better than the original because the original one isn't a good movie to be honest, but it has a cool theme song.
Besides McQueen's great in the old
Steve
one,
McQueen's
but he's
in it.
about it. Yeah.
So the newer one is much creepier.
Agreed.
So, but it would be fun to be the original. Awesome to throw out the gelatinous cube for Dungeons and Dragons fans, but I didn't want to put that on the list too because
some kind of ooze,
similar to
huh?
the Blob. Right.
It just feels oozy this
Yeah, oozy's good.
Mm-hmm. All right, we'll move to, and I'll put sexy in for that one too. That sexy Blob.
Sexy Blob,
Mm-hmm.
good.
I don't even want to do my list anymore because it's wrong.
No, I love that.
You love it, and that is true horror, actually.
Yep.
Sexy
Yeah.
horror. Nothing's more horror.
I have another horror one.
All right.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
A sexy illegal ballot box.
No.
That is
Ooh,
horrifying as well.
that's thought-provoking. I like that.
I know I did.
That's okay. I like it.
No. This
Comic
is good.
relief because I don't know what any of these movies are. I'm very bad at this game. Go on.
All right, my number 12. I've got Evil Ed from Fright Night.
Oh, that's an excellent. I didn't think of that one. That's a good
And
one.
when he's got like the scar of the crucifix on his head,
Mm-hmm.
he just looks really gruesome, and he's got great fangs. I think I could do
You're
the
so cool,
you know
Brewster.
you're so cool, Brewster. That thing, and that'd be awesome.
Awesome. Excellent. That's a great movie too. Very sympathetic character. I just feel so bad for him.
I loved Evil
Just
Ed,
alone.
yeah.
He's got no friends, and the vampires tempting with friendship. Sad times.
I have to see that. I don't.
It's a great
Oh, yeah,
movie.
definitely.
All right, I'm gonna write.
Chris Sarandon, he's the vampire
I remember
living across the street.
when I went to see that with you, Troy, when I was young, and you took me and my friend Paul, and Paul was not allowed to see R-rated movies. So on the way home from that, I'd explained to him the whole. I don't think it was the Black Cauldron. It was some Disney movie that came out at the same time, and I'd
It was
explained
the
to him-
Black Cauldron,
It was
wasn't
the
it?
Black Cauldron, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd explained to him the whole premise, the whole plot of the movie, because not only wasn't good enough that he just told his parents he went to see the Black Cauldron. He would have had to explain the movie.
They were going to quiz him on it. Wow.
Right. So it was always a bad influence, apparently. On Trista, number 12.
So my 12 is also something I've been. So it's Lydia from Beetlejuice.
Oh,
But
nice.
I've only been bride Lydia, like red bride, and I'd like to be goth Lydia as well.
That would be pretty
Sexy,
cool.
yeah.
You'd look good like that.
Yeah,
like
I could definitely see that.
Yeah, yep, definitely.
Okay.
I've never been this one, but I thought I used my height, and so the Leprechaun.
Nice. Can you do with the Warwick Davis?
Yeah, the
And-
Warwick Davis. I think the Leprechaun movies are terrible. Sorry, Warwick, but Warwick Davis looks great.
Oh yeah, yeah. The costume's perfect.
That's why whenever I see someone talk about classic films and they say Leprechaun, it's just like it's not.
Just shake your head.
That's not a classic.
It took me gold. What is?
Yeah,
Number
I
11,
once
though.
me gold.
But they would. There's no other horror movie that takes place on St. Patrick's Day, so they show it a lot.
Point.
That's an opening in the genre. Maybe you gotta think about that.
Yeah, exactly. I have I maybe shouldn't say this on the show, but I have a script idea for an Arbor Day horror movie because Arbor Day is not represented in the horror world, and I think it should be.
Trees are scary.
Yep.
Exactly. Number 11, maybe a sexy Arbor Day.
Sexy Arbor Day.
Number 11.
Oh, me
Yes, I'm sorry.
again. All right, a sexy marijuana plant.
Whoa.
Are you serious?
I'm seeing a trend.
I think that's
starting
inherently sexy to a lot of
develop
our listeners.
here. Yeah, that's true.
I honestly was just making fun of the fact that that's literally every year. Everything is
Mm-hmm.
It
It's
actually, to be fair, they all say slutty. And then I decided I don't want to say slutty because that's like judging women for their sexual
Good point.
needs and wants. And I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to say sexy instead of slutty because That's more
good point. And it's funny because I brought this up Trista off air. I remember last time the first time we had Trista on as a guest before she was a co-host, and I went off on some big tangent about wanting to dress up as all these sexy monsters for Halloween because all the women, like if you look up the Halloween, it's always like sexy Freddy Krueger and all these things.
Oh, have you seen those of them on the?
And I wanted to take it. I wanted to do the same, but for male costumes.
You should.
I like that little beefcake in the sex.
Right. So I have I'm just gonna throw this out there as an honorable mention, but my number one sexy costume for guys, I want to do a sexy penguin from Batman.
Oh, nice.
I want to see you try to walk sexy as a penguin because I don't think it's possible.
I take that as a personal challenge.
Gonna do the Burgess Meredith like whack whack whack
Exactly.
thing while you're doing it. That's that's the secret. All right. So that was 12?
11.
Oh, that was 11. Okay. I'm lost.
I'm lost.
This isn't good. We're early on the list and I'm lost already. My number 11 isn't really a horror character, but he's got kind of a horrific thing going on.
Unlike the marijuana plant.
Unlike the marijuana plant, is Lord Shishio from Rurouni Kenshin. And his backstory, he was a political assassin, and then the government didn't need him anymore, and so they burned him alive and they left him for dead. And he came back to get his revenge in the series. And if anybody's never watched Rurouni Kenshin, watch it. It's awesome. Season 2 is all about this character. It's sexy Lord Shishio.
Okay, good.
Yep. Because he's all draped in bandages and stuff. And I think that could be a sexy kind of look.
Definitely.
And
just bandages, though.
just bandages, that's it. And a sword and a katana, It's
I used to always joke about a sexy mummy too, and then the new mummy, it was a sexy mummy.
So that's my 11. Lord Shishio, sexy Lord Shishio.
I like it.
I dig it. 11 for Trista.
I'm a big Child's Play fan, so my 11 is Tiffany, Bride of Chucky.
That's awesome. That's a great choice.
But Chucky is a scary dude.
That he is.
I think Bride of Chucky's
That
the
was
best.
the point of this.
I know. I had a Teddy Rupp skin, and I swear it talked sometimes when it was off.
Yeah, that was kind of a spooky toy in itself.
It's a very spooky toy with it.
Either that or was just too much sexy pot plants for you as a child.
Yeah.
Number 11 for mine is the Phantom of the Opera, the old silent film. The reveal is still one of the greatest scenes in movies. That's a very scary scene, even though it's like 100 years old.
Oh, yeah.
It's also very scary when the chandelier comes flying over your head and you see it on Broadway or something.
Without a doubt. I love that.
Yeah, I've never seen the play, but one of the coolest experiences of movies for me was for Halloween, we went to see the old Phantom of the Opera with the live Boston Orchestra. And,
nice.
I would show the original, sound films, and that was really just a great experience.
That's awesome. Okay, it's my.
So now we're the top 10.
Top 10.
All right, ready? A sexy Facebook page.
Whoa.
Oh.
So you're going to go as my Facebook page?
Exactly. I wouldn't have to change a thing if I went to your
Boom.
It would just be sexy, just sex all the time. Sex.
And people would know right away. They'd see Neal and they'd be like, oh, yep, sexy Facebook. Gotcha.
I told people a drinking game. Every time we say sex, they would take a shot. People would be like, dead by the time this is over.
Yeah, they're gone already now. All right, my number 10. Getting a bandage theme here in this early portion because mine is the Mummy.
Oh,
I think nice. And I don't think it would really matter. I think you could do the Karloff Mummy or the Christopher Lee Mummy. Maybe not the new Mummy. Mm-hmm. Although that I guess that would be a sexy mummy, but
yeah.
Don't do that.
I don't want any mummies unless they're sexy.
All right. Then you got to go with the new mummy then.
Yeah, the old school mummy's dry and dusty. I mean, that's really sexy.
That's never sexy. Dry and dusty, not a good thing.
Speak for yourself.
Trista, number 10.
My number 10 is Selena Kyle. So Catwoman from Batman Returns.
Oh.
Ooh, hot. You see, all of yours are sexy just because you're dressing up. See, I don't have that. So I have to add sexy to whatever I'm doing.
That's true. That kind of goes with Trista, maybe. You know, it's like I'm the pretty toast. That's
All
you know,
of
whatever,
those are beautiful.
whatever she is. Yeah.
Yeah, they're sexy. Beautiful.
All of them are very fitting, I think, for Trista.
Oh, they are. They're perfect.
Yeah.
Nice.
The only one that fits me so far is the Blob.
Yeah, I'm the coronavirus.
Let's see. Now, my number 10 is my only non-horror movie one on here, but I thought it would be fun to dress as the Beast Man from Masters of the Universe.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a great choice.
I'm a hairy guy, so
That's not the He-Man.
I'm a He-Man.
That's a different Masters of the Universe. I like it. All right.
So that was 10. Number 9.
All right. This one is correct for your assignment. It's a sexy Freddy Krueger.
Nice.
He's sexy with all of those things on his face, all those scars and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd have him in
Actually
heels.
burned victim,
He'd
yeah.
be wearing
In heels? All right.
Oh, okay.
If you ever get a chance to,
Is it
go
still
to
blades on
Bakia.
the hands?
See what?
Kota Bakia, who's this Japanese company. They make like a lot of models and figures and stuff. And I don't know why, but they've changed all like these iconic horror monsters and characters into sexy women. And they have a whole line of statues, and they have a Freddy Krueger, although he's now this like sexy woman, and she's got the Freddy glove and everything. Yeah, so you're gonna have to check that out.
They did that. I know why they did those.
Because Japanese men like sexy women.
For perverts.
All right, yeah, you're probably right. Or people perverts that watch horror movies.
Right.
And want their villains to be sexy women.
Yep. But they even have like Leatherface is more, you know, of a buxom woman and stuff.
That's a weird
yeah.
Sexy Leatherface.
That's interesting. Right.
So number 9.
I'm not saying I approve of them, but they exist.
Like, I have to.
I wasn't judging you.
All right. I don't have a wall lined with them.
If anyone wants to send me one, I'll put one up.
Yeah.
I didn't think this would have been. No, it's not on my list, but now I think about it, I have a. These would have been good to put on there. The monsters from the cereal.
That bunch.
Frankenberry probably would have been my pick.
Frankenberry would rock.
All right, Troy.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're into number 9?
Yep.
All right, I've got my first actual person, Alfred Hitchcock would be
wow.
a great,
that's a good one.
Like Halloween costume, I think. And probably pretty easy to pull off. You know, you just get like the bald wig and like
you just shave your head
up a little. Yeah, shave your head, whatever you want to do. But I think
played
that would be a cool one.
Did you play with me when I was last time we were at the casino for our mom's birthday? I played the Alfred Hitchcock slot machine.
I didn't see it. No, I wish I had.
didn't think you were there. It was. I think I played, but I think I was when I went down by myself at some point.
Oh, okay. It must have been like a 3 a.m. thing.
Yeah, and it was cool. It had the birds and Psycho and stuff on it.
No, I've never seen it. I would like to see that.
I dig it. But that's an excellent choice, Troy.
Thank you.
I wish I would have thought of that. I would have stole it. Trista, you're number 9.
My number 9 is Eliza from The Shape of Water.
Great.
One of my favorite movies.
Love that movie too.
That's such a good movie.
Beautiful movie. So my number 9 is The Incredible Melting Man, also known as
Great
Steve.
choice. Do I have to follow you and call out Steve as you're walking along?
The movie, that's what I find so humorous about the movie. Everyone in the movie just calls The Incredible Melting Man Steve. And that's like the most non-horror name ever. They're just like walk around yelling, Steve.
So as you go door to door, like, collecting candy, I can walk by and do yelling Steve.
But I used to have the Incredible Melting Man mask when I was a little kid. The old school, plastic one that goes over half your face and has the elastic.
Those were the best.
Number 8.
All right. Number 8. This actually, well, weird that it's anyway. Sexy Guillermo del Toro.
Awesome. And it's a real person. That's perfect.
We could go together.
I know, when you said that, I was like, oh, that's my next one. Yes.
But you're kind of assuming that Guillermo's not just sexy being Guillermo, though.
He is, but I would just sexify him,
All right.
Make sure he's wearing very little clothing and, maybe shave his beard so he's extra naked.
I like it.
I'm all about it.
Yep. All right. My number 8, my only giant monster on my list. I think Gamera would be a great, Halloween costume. Just walk around as a giant, saber-tooth, turtle. That'd be awesome.
That's what you should have named the tortoise.
Yeah, I guess I could have. But once I found out it was, she's a girl, so then she became Hallie.
No, it's good. If you ever get a second one.
Yeah, yep.
Especially if it has saber teeth.
That's true. If she had fangs, I definitely would have.
And shoots lightning.
Yep. It spins around and flies, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
But Gamera is my number 8.
Would it be life size or?
I think so. Right. I think extra candy if you can get a 500-foot tall Gamera costume walking around. You get the full size Kit Kat then.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, number 8, Trista.
My 8 is Magenta from Rocky Horror.
Oh, that's a good
nice.
One. So good.
Yep, that's a great one.
My number 8, since I had the top hat on, I think I could actually pull this one off, the Babadook.
Nice, that's awesome.
That's scary.
That's
that
very
is
cool.
Also.
Yep.
That's a really cool modern monster, I think, the Babadook.
That would actually be and I think you could pull it off well too. That would be a nice one. Next year, maybe think about that one.
That's a good
All right, now we're into lucky number 7.
All right, so I don't know the name of this guy, but when it's so the movie From Beyond.
Oh yeah.
Barbara Crampton. So the guy who gets all gooey.
Yeah.
The original doctor guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I can't think of his name either.
A sexy version of him.
I like it.
Would he have the little deedly bop coming out of his head and stuff?
It's so gross.
Yep.
Yeah, he kind of was a sexy version, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. That's all he thought about. I think he was kind of a sexy beast. That guy.
Yeah. I liked that movie actually. Somebody showed it to me.
I'm a big fan myself.
Really enjoyed it.
Jeffrey Combs rules in that. And Barbara Crampton's always great. Too.
I love her.
Yeah, she's the best.
I just did a table read with her for Scripts Gone Wild, and she's
nice.
So nice. She's so nice. Yeah.
All right, that's number 7.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. My number 7 is, I was thinking the swamp thing, but I think an even cooler swamp monster. I love the look of the man thing. So I'm going to go with the man thing.
All right. The lesser known of the two.
Yeah, that's true. But he's got that weird, almost root thing growing out of his face and stuff. I love the look.
He's less human looking.
Yeah. And then in the comic books, anybody that's afraid of the man thing burns at his touch, which is kind of a cool.
Rakefet, you got to keep that in mind.
Yep.
You don't want to be burning at the touch of the.
Yep. So you got to love him. You see him like, it's kind of sweet.
I'll have to check it.
Number 7 for Trista.
My 7 is Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, excellent.
Oh, awesome.
See, he's also sexy all on his own.
Yep.
My 7, I think, is pretty sexy. Robot Monster from the old sci-fi horror film, which is, if you're not familiar, he's a gorilla suit. It's a guy in a gorilla suit, and apparently, I don't know what happened, if they didn't have the gorilla head or what, and so, or they could only afford like a helmet. So he's a alien with a space helmet and then just a gorilla suit. It's very ridiculous, and I love it.
It's a great look. It looks like something out of the Three Stooges, maybe.
Yeah, I could pull up a picture if anyone really wants to know what Robot Monster looks like.
I would love to see. I have no idea, but it sounds wonderful.
If I had our old calendar from last year, I could show it.
Exactly. Nah, that didn't work. Oh, I'll get you one here. One sec. Why are Google Images not working? Oh, here we go.
Oh my God, yes.
It's pretty awesome.
That's awesome.
That's the best costume.
Yeah, that would be that probably. I mean, if I got a nice
I was gonna say you
suit,
need a lady to come with you for the costume.
Just to carry around.
yeah, I'll just grab one. That's how it works. Yeah, that'd be good.
I love that.
It's pretty sweet.
I love it.
All right, that was number 7. Number 6.
All right. Number 6 is a sexy iPhone, which means that it only has Tinder, TikTok, and Snapchat installed on it, and lots of dirty texts and nudes.
So remember, I have to send you my new number. I don't think I gave it to you.
What am
That's
I?
the man thing.
Oh, the man thing.
Whoa, that'd be an awesome costume.
Yeah, that guy would be pretty
terrifying.
cool.
I might not see just from that image.
All right, my number 7 or 6 is Art the Clown. I thought it was just such a great character. I just love him.
Yeah,
The
you did an
nose,
excellent
everything.
illustration of him on the group.
Maybe that's why he fascinates me so much. Like after I was drawing that, I just you notice all the little details. Like it's really gruesome.
Well, I mentioned Babadook, I think, is a modern movie monster that will stand the test of time, and I think Art really is a modern horror icon. And I don't think we have a lot of modern ones because a lot of them are, the remakes, like Freddy and Jason and stuff. But I'd put him and Captain Spaulding up for modern. Both happen to be clowns. Number 6.
My number 6 is Gizmo from Gremlins.
Oh, that's awesome.
Sexy Gizmo, of course. Yeah.
I love it. I actually, on my honorable mention, I have Stripe.
Oh, that would see, you guys could go together at that one.
Gizmo.
Terrorize people.
I love it.
That's awesome. Everybody's list is pretty inspired, I gotta say. I like this. So I like this a lot.
Let's see. One number 6 is the Charles Lawton version of Quasimodo, the Hunchback of the Notre Dame.
Oh wow!
I can do that now. I can have one.
Nope,
yeah, it's awesome. A great movie. I think a great character, underrated. That's one when they talk about remaking all the Universal monster movies. I don't know how you would remake that in modern time.
It would be tough just because
I always like the villains that are sympathetic.
Yeah, there's nobody more sympathetic, I don't think, than Quasimodo.
That's why you like Boo and Jax. I don't know if you've seen Jax even, but they're pretty sympathetic.
I've seen them both.
Yep.
I haven't seen it. I've seen it.
Okay.
Number 5.
Number 5. All right. Number 5, I have sexy E.T.
That's awesome.
What's he doing with that finger?
Well, that's the sexy part.
Yep.
Oh, my little black cat is here. Hey, I wish I could be a sexy version of my beautiful cat. She's so cute.
What's her name?
Her name is Luna. I don't know if she'll let me grab her. Come here. Come here, Luna. Whoa. That's
Oh, nice.
She's
You're
really pretty.
Beautiful, Luna.
Thank you.
Big yellow eyes.
Oh.
You're beautiful.
I was writing a script about a black cat, wanting a black cat, and she walked into my house one day and didn't want to leave.
Wow.
Awesome.
I literally manifested this cat. I don't know where she came from. She wasn't chipped. No one was missing her. I checked. She's just weird.
Was she a kitten when she appeared? Or?
In January, and the doctor said she was probably about 2 years old. So I don't know where she had been for the last couple of years, but she walked into my house and just was like, I live here now. That's it.
That's awesome. And that's one of those great things about cats. They just kind of have a habit of that.
I know. She's so sweet. She's trying to get my attention. Okay, sorry. I get crazy with cats. I'm a crazy cat lady.
Yeah, me too.
Fine.
Nothing wrong with that.
I think we're all cat fans.
Yep. Even my dogs are more cats than dogs. So
really,
yeah.
I
still get Shiba Inus. They have a cat personality.
How long have you had your cat, Troy?
God, 10 years maybe. 10.
Because I still never actually pet her or anything. Because animals are really good with me, but that every time I come to the house, it just runs away.
Our cat, who used to be a feral cat, and then I hate the term rescued because you didn't really rescue him, I didn't break into like the cat prison and rescue him or anything like that, I didn't fight off orcs on my way to get the cat. I just signed a paper and took the cat, But he's kind of an evil spirited cat. He's great. I love him, but he's very distrustful. He won't even let us pick him up. You can pick him up 2 feet off the ground, but once a 3rd foot goes, then he freaks out and takes off.
Somebody must have done something to him.
Probably did.
And I want to kill those people. I hate
know.
people that do that. Just don't leave the animals alone.
Yeah, if I ever make a horror movie, it'll probably be about that. It'll be like some kind of like animal abuser gets it come up and kind of
it's like the Dexter only.
Yeah, only for critters,
Dexter
right?
For cats.
Yep. But my number 5 is
real quick, Troy. Before you get to it, I just took me a little while, but I found it. Here's Troy's picture of Art.
Art the Clown.
That's
so I'd probably go as that one.
That seems scarier than the It Clown.
It's pretty creepy.
Yeah, it is pretty, and he doesn't speak at all, which I think makes it even
also
spookier.
Scary.
Yeah.
Ooh, clowns.
Clowns are spooky in general.
Yeah, no clowns.
But my number 5 has been mentioned before, but this is a different time during the movie. So it's the Phantom of the Opera, but it's later on when he's in his mask of the Red Death costume, which I just love, I think. And then, awesome. in the play, it's when they're doing the masquerade song and stuff. But yeah, so that's my Phantom. I can get behind him.
Great choice. Trista, number 5.
My 5 is Ava from Ex Machina.
Oh, nice.
Excellent movie.
I love that movie.
It's a great movie. I think the costume could be really cool, huh?
Yeah.
You could do a lot of really neat things with that. Yeah.
I love that. That's a great one. That's a really good one.
My number 5 is a giant monster like Troy picked Game earlier. The Cyclops from the 7th Voyage of Sinbad.
Awesome, dude. That's tremendous.
You're going to have to get rid of an eye.
Or just shuffle them around,
That's true. You just push them together.
Yeah. They grow a horn.
Right. There's more than just the eye involved, but yeah.
On
to grow a little bit.
Oh, what's the name of the place? Sideshow Toys. They just had a new series of great Harryhausen characters, and that's one that they have on there. It's awesome looking.
Yeah, huge fan of Harryhausen. Anything by Harryhausen. I tried to get him on the show in the early days Without Your Head many times. Unfortunately, it never panned out.
It's okay. You've had like every other amazing person, so.
Including yourself.
Oh,
yes.
Number 4.
Number 4, I have, as you can see, some of this got better because it was after I asked you, what are we supposed to be doing? And then I was like, oh, I better ask what I'm supposed to be doing.
I think that was a week ago. You could have amended it, but you know.
I could have.
Just putting it out there.
Oh, she chiseled this in stone, so it can't be changed.
I'm like, this was the list. I made this list. Yep. Okay, so what number are we on?
4.
Right, okay. 4 is a sexy ghost girl from The Sixth Sense who was vomiting over herself, but she's doing it in a very sexy way.
Well, I mean, that is, some people are into that to begin with. So I hear. I don't know.
I hear that too. I don't get it, but I've heard it.
I think that's a great choice.
I have not heard that. This is a first for me.
Oh,
I'll send you some links out now.
Yeah, consider yourself lucky, Trista. Don't open those links. If you want to see a horror
I have some bookmarks right here.
There's a
let's go to the shared
Swedish
screen.
site.
Anyway, I'm sorry I brought that up. Anyway.
Number 4 for Troy.
Number 4 is the only one on my list that I need a partner for. So I'm enlisting Nasty Neal, and we could go as Uncle Creepy and Cousin Eerie from the old Warren magazines.
I'm totally about this.
Yep. So I think that would definitely work. Oh, Neal, try to find a picture of Eerie and Creepy.
Uncle Creepy already sounds awful.
Yeah. They were kind of the crypt keepers of their magazines. They each had a long running comic book magazine from Warren, who also made Vampirella. So I guess we could get a third in. And
Vampirella. Trista, get in there.
Yep. But Eerie and Creepy, they were the hosts of the two magazines.
That would actually work, all 3 of us doing that. So like these 2 here, Troy?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah. That is creepy.
Which one are you, Troy? Are you Creepy or Eerie?
I'm the older one, so I guess I got to be Uncle Creepy.
All right.
I see you more as
that
the
kind of
Eerie
looks like
guy.
us already.
Yeah.
That's pretty dead on.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just got to get a vest, or you got to get a vest.
I
That's all you got to do.
Yeah, he's dressed pretty cool. I like the clothes.
I got to get the frilly tie thing going on.
I like the smile. Yeah, that's all good.
Yep.
The clothes, I love.
So yeah, so that's my number 4, Eerie and Creepy.
All right, your number 4, Trista.
My 4 is Angela from Sleepaway Camp.
Oh, awesome!
That's awesome.
Good ones, like really good ones.
Yep.
I love them. That's good.
Yeah, that might not be safe to show online. Number 4 for me is Farmer Vincent from Motel Hell,
awesome.
And it's at the end when he's got the pig head on.
Oh, gotta be.
Takes all kinds of critters to make Farmer Vincent's fritters.
They can have the
Eat his meat,
chainsaw too.
and men's gotta eat. Is that?
You gonna have the chainsaw too?
Oh yeah. I really like killer hillbillies in movies.
Killer Hillbilly's gonna rock. Yeah.
Not so much in reality, but in movies.
No. Out of all the killer hillbillies that I've met, they've all been nice to me. So.
When I went to Kentucky to meet Jason, who does our written reviews, I really expected that's like everyone I would see. It'd be like
You'd all have rolls of barbed wire they're
I was let
carrying
down.
around.
No, everyone
and
was very
stuff.
nice. Everyone was very
The
nice.
hills
in
have
Kentucky.
eyes. Yeah.
Right. I don't want to be mad at me. I'm just
No
kidding. Everyone was
cannibals
very
there.
cool. Not that I know of. And
All right.
you're number 3.
3. Okay, this was from the original list. A sexy DMV employee.
Ooh.
Do you want to preface your registration? I don't know. That's a scary place. It's a scary place.
It is scary.
And there's scary people, and there's nothing sexy about anybody in there. But we can sexify them. It'll be good.
I think so.
You're number 3, my brother.
My number 3, really any variation of the character but the Frankenstein monster. And I think like maybe Karloff, but if somebody could pull off like the Bernie Wrightson looking Frankenstein monster, that would be awesome. But just the Frankenstein monster is the best. So
classic. I like it.
I agree. Excellent. You're number 3, Trista.
My 3 is Ash from Evil Dead.
Oh,
awesome.
Good one too.
We once saw a little kid as Ash, and he was great. He had like
it was at a convention, wasn't it?
Yep. Dad had made like a little chainsaw hand for him and stuff, and the kid just pulled it off perfectly. He was awesome. He must have been 6 years old.
Yeah, it might have been our first convention we went. Well,
I think it was
the first one
one
we
of the
were at
few.
together for Without Your Head.
Yep.
It was Days of the Dead, the first Days of the Dead. I think that was it. So my number 3 is the classic Wolfman. Lon Chaney Jr. Wolfman. Big fan.
Harry. That's good.
He has fangs that come from the bottom.
Going.
He doesn't. He's not like that.
That's good. You're good at that.
All right.
It's my one talent in life. So you're now we're to the number 2.
Now we're getting serious. All right.
Top 2.
Number 2, I have sexy Annie Wilkes.
Oh, that's a good one.
Which I can actually pull off.
I like
Troy
that.
likes that one.
Yep, that's a good one. I like it.
Actually, I love that movie, and I love her. And Jax from Jackson Love was a lot influenced by her because she loves intensely. Dangerously, but intensely.
Mm-hmm. Excellent choice. Your number 2, Troy.
My number 2, the Wolfman. Yep.
That terrible choice. No, good choice.
Oh, no. At number 2, what am I crazy? It should have been number 3.
Is it? Do you have a different version?
No, but I actually maybe maybe just a werewolf in general. I kind of narrowed it down to the Wolfman because I was thinking like more of a movie theme. But like I think my favorite looking werewolf,
Teen Wolf.
I love Teen Wolf, but the Cycle of the Werewolf, Bernie Wrightson werewolf.
Oh yeah, okay,
Can't
yeah.
go wrong there.
Yeah,
if you could do that, because it'd be like 7 feet tall and kind of hunched over and just awesome looking.
Yeah, as long as you stick with a biped. I like a werewolf that's on 2 legs.
I agree.
It's my rule. What was that HBO show? They were the worst werewolves.
True Blood. True Blood is the worst.
They were just wolves. Turning into straight up wolves.
Yeah.
They just got their ass kicked all the time by the vampires.
But their leader was the sexiest werewolf ever, so give him a pass for that.
It was so stupid because the show I already had the shapeshifter, and the shapeshifter could turn into any animal he wanted to. He could even turn into people. And then they had other shapeshifters. Then they bring in the werewolves who could only turn into wolves and only during the full moon. So they were way less interesting and way less powerful than the shapeshifters.
I know the shapeshifter was all like shaking in his boots, like, "Oh my God, they got werewolves in that."
Yeah, but
place.
he could turn into a wolf if he wanted to.
Yeah, or he could turn into
Plus,
a
he could turn into an elephant.
rhinoceros. Yeah, exactly.
He could turn into Godzilla and eat up wolves.
Right. So
It
screw
could be
you,
a sexy marijuana plant.
Exactly.
Come on.
Exactly.
Or Sofia Vergara's husband, who was the leader of the werewolves in that. I can't think of his name.
So yeah, I'm just
I didn't even know her husband.
very mad about this.
Oh, the Joe Manganiello.
Yeah, he was the leader of the werewolves in the show.
He's just so yummy, though. So
I got kind of a man crush on him, so I understand.
yeah,
I love that guy now. He's just
What's weird is my aunt. So my aunt's an actress. That's how I started acting. And before he was famous, they did his first movie he did with my aunt.
no way.
But it's like a weird student experimental film, and I think she's a dominatrix, and I haven't seen it, and he's like a dildo. It's
oh my God!
Are you sure this isn't just like unused?
You just made this up on the
No,
spot.
it's a real
There's no
thing.
truth to this at all. Trista just made this entire thing up, and it's awesome.
I think she's just looking over at the next two on
I couldn't make that up if I tried. I'm not.
Yeah, like where would she even like?
You can look it up on IMDb. I remember when
That's awesome.
She told me about it.
That's funny.
I'm gonna go watch that after the show. So you're number 2, Trista.
My number 2 is Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh,
awesome. You can't go wrong with that. Excellent.
Another classic.
You know, I found out something recently about the Bride of Frankenstein. Is that the original Bride of Frankenstein, when they filmed it, had red and white hair.
No kidding. Did not
Most
know
people
that.
think it's black and white, but it was actually red. I also think that is actually that would make a good remake, because the bride looks amazing in Bride of Frankenstein, but she really doesn't do anything. So if you remake that, you could actually make it into a character that does more than just show
And
up.
do it better than the Jennifer Beals Sting.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, that's not one of my favorite movies, Bride of Frankenstein. Number
love that
2
movie.
for me is Dwayne and Belial from Basket Case.
Oh, perfect, Neal. That's a great choice.
A little prosthetic, or maybe Troy I'll just sew Troy onto my.
That's it. No.
I'm a huge fan of Basket Case. I carved Belial into stone, sitting outside in my flower bed.
That's also not a lie.
It isn't. No, it's true. It's actually true. I like to keep people guessing. What I say is real, or
Yeah,
how
exactly.
much of it is real,
50% of what Neal says is true, and people have to try to figure out what it is.
Exactly. That one's like 100% true. So, yeah. All right, number 1. We're to the number 1.
The numero uno.
My number 1 needs no sexy introduction. It is as she looks today, right now, this very minute, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Oh.
I love her, and she is sexy. I don't care if she's not alive; she's still sexy.
Yep.
I think people might actually dress as her this year.
That would be kind of
I
cool.
think so too. Yeah.
Probably. I'm sure a lot of young girls will, which is nice. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Maybe not as a zombie, the way that I was picturing it.
Yeah.
Or not
What if
super
they
sexy.
do?
Yeah.
Maybe not super sexy either. I just put Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. There was no sexy proceeding.
No. All right, your number 1, Troy.
Well, my number 1, he brings the sexy. So, as I've always talked about, Mr. William Gaines, who would probably be a pretty easy one for me. I just have to powder up the hair a little bit.
Wow, you guys actually look real like that split shot right there. It's creepy how much
Yeah.
you look alike.
So the founder of EC Comics, the man who made the Crypt of Horror, the Vault of Terror, and then Mad Magazine. So William Gaines. He's my top choice, and also one that I could pull off. Probably easier than Gamera anyway.
He looks a lot like our Uncle Barry.
Yeah, he does. He does. You're right. If you like tucked up Barry's pants a little bit, like got to wear them high when you reach a certain age.
All right, you're number one, Trista.
My number one is who I'm gonna be next Halloween that I'm not quarantining, which is Wendy Torrance from The Shining.
Oh, awesome!
Nice.
Oh
Nice.
yeah.
Perfect. You
That
picked
is-
a lot of ones I honestly can really see you.
Oh yeah, I definitely could. I think her entire list, I could see her doing.
all of them.
That's-
Especially Gizmo, right?
Yep, without a doubt.
Guys.
You'd have to do the Neal furry thing though.
Oh geez.
Neal's were all furry creatures, I think.
Sexy
Except for
Gizmo.
Blob.
Yes.
I'm gonna guess on Neal's before he picks. Can
Okay.
I guess, Neal?
Yeah.
All right. My guess for Neal's top choice, the Greasy Strangler.
No, but that did make my honorable mention.
All right.
I actually was worried about making people feel uncomfortable if I picked the Greasy Strangler. But if I would have known beforehand how the show would go, it probably would not have made a difference. But so my number one, you were saying, I thought you might pick this one because you were saying mine was all like furry creatures.
Oh.
Fluffy the Crate Monster from Creepshow.
Awesome. All right. That's another inspired choice.
Yeah, I'd have to bring it around. Well, see, then you could carry that around for me, Troy. You can
That's
push it around
true.
the crate.
You always give me something to do while you're around.
Yeah, because
It brings back the old days of like when I'd walk you door to door when you were doing your
right. I thought you were going back to the. It does you make it seem like I did just make you carry all my stuff
That's
around all the time.
kind of what I've done all my life, but that's all right. I used to carry you around, so
Oh, you have to drop me.
That's true. I did. Neal's first day home from the hospital in a little baby carriage, and you have 9-year-old Troy, and he's like, got to tool this little guy around the neighborhood because he looks so cute. He's all like dolled up, and he's all happy. And I'm running around with him, and so he's in his baby carriage, and I'm like, well, the faster I go, the more he laughs. So I'm going to go really hauling ass around the neighborhood. And so I pick up the speed and go boogieing around. Don't realize that the wheels on this thing aren't so good. And I hit a pothole and the whole carriage falls over. Neal goes rolling into a ditch. And I was like,
Really?
Okay. Just killed my little brother his first day home. So I stuffed him back into his carriage and pushed him gingerly home, and he was all covered in dirt and stuff. I was like, geez, I don't know. I got him this way. When you brought him home, he was all dirty. I don't know what you're talking about. He had those grass stains on his baby blanket. What? So this may explain some things about my brother.
Yeah. That's also not a lie, huh?
Oh, that's 100% true.
That felt very real.
He hasn't done that since, I don't think.
But he just lit up. He was so happy when I was pushing him. And the quicker I went, the happier he was.
It's his fault, really.
I blame him. Yeah,
Man,
he was asking for it. He was like, faster.
It was the curse. The curse I've been born with. I'm just so cute.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was good. That was fun.
That was a good 13.
If we were graded, I think I would get like a C- on my.
No, yours, like I said, everybody's were pretty inspired. I was impressed.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Nobody just did the Jason, Freddy, Mamadou,
It was a sexy Freddy.
There
But
was a
Sexy Freddy's different, though.
But sexy Freddy's always different. He haunts your dreams in a sexy way.
When people talk about like versus movies, why is it never comes up Edward Scissorhands versus Freddy Krueger?
Ooh.
It's true.
Seems like it's a built-in feud. He's got 2. Freddy's only got 1.
And you could do product placement of scissor companies and like
That's
lay.
true.
Huge
Is there a
market.
famous?
Huge market there.
Huge.
Yeah.
I have two
Sisters presents.
Everybody has scissors.
Yeah,
I think
have a pair of
Fiskars
scissors
makes
here.
the best scissors.
I don't know any brands of scissors.
It's only because I work at a school. That's the only reason I know.
Oh.
I don't know why I have them, but I have a pair of scissors here.
Are they Fiskars?
No, I don't
They
think it even
suck,
says
then.
what they are.
They got cheap no-name scissors, man.
I think I bought them at the dollar store.
All right.
Instead of a knife. In case I need to fight anybody down here.
Just in case.
Right, yeah. Trista looks very worried at the moment. But yeah.
Bill's
have
collection of
any-
bladed items.
Any honorable mentions?
Oh, yeah, honorable mentions. I thought you were asking what else I had on my desk. I was looking for stuff, and I was like, oh, I have this. This is a head scratcher. You
Oh yeah. Oh my.
scratch your head with this.
Oh, yeah, those feel good actually.
Whoa, that thing's creeping me out.
There was a gift from Jason. Not Voorhees. Jason.
All right.
All right, so yeah, it's Sexy Penguin here. Bill the Butcher. He wasn't Horace enlisted on
That's
my
a great
list, but
one.
I'm a big fan of Bill the Butcher. Plus, he has a stovepipe hat, actually. Alien from They Live, and Creature from the Black Lagoon.
The Creature was also on my list, and I think a great one would be From Hell It Came, the big tree monster in it. I think just because it's so bizarre looking.
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of like, whose choice was carrying around the woman? Maybe all 1950
Robot
sci-fi horror monsters.
Yeah, they're all, yeah.
They all carry around women. So then I just need a woman to carry around.
It's a good prop.
I try not to drop them like I did you.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna let you carry them at this
Yeah,
point.
I know. That spoiled the that one.
If you do, just don't look like you're enjoying yourself, so he doesn't pick
Right.
Good
up
point.
his pace.
He might spin you around too fast. What
And,
about a sexy murder burger?
There you go.
Ooh,
Sexy murder burger. I like
I'm
that.
jealous of that.
and the Crypt Keeper was also on my list.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, that's a good one.
Honorable
Yeah.
mentions. Oh, and Pennywise. Those were some of the ones that didn't make my list. Trista, any honorables?
Yeah, I had Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Guy that I work with, he and his wife are doing Sally and Jack
That's
for
cute.
Halloween. Yeah.
And I had Carrie
Oh,
and
Good
and
choice.
Billy Butcherson from Hocus Pocus.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Oh, well, you could also do either one of either Meryl Streep or Goldie Hawn from Death Becomes Her. It would be fun.
Oh,
Like
the big
after
hole in your belly.
Yeah, that would be a
run
great
around,
one.
or the big hole in her stomach or something would be cool.
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea.
Yeah.
You could do it with green screen. I don't know if you walk around with it.
I don't know. Maybe you could just stay in one place in the house with like a picture of that behind whatever's behind you as a whole, and just be like, I can't move. My costume has a location.
Bring me food.
Look at this hole. I'm so hungry. It's so empty.
I love it. Very good. All right. Well, that was really fun.
It was.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
It was great to have you.
For having me. I had a great time with you guys.
Yeah, we'll do it again. We'll do a different list.
I'm available.
Let's do the identical
my
list again.
Really bad list anytime. I'll be the comic relief in the horror craziness.
So Boo, he says on Alter, and it's also going to be on Bloody Disgusting. They're streaming.
Their Roku channel, which you can also watch on the web, but I don't have a schedule for that yet. And Jackson Love is on Amazon Prime. It's on a DVD anthology. It's on Shorts TV in North and Latin America. It's on Vimeo on demand. You can't not, you can see Jax in many, many places. And Boo will also soon be in many places, but I kind of wanted to give Alter and Bloody TV their moment before I started expanding into other things.
Are you working on anything currently? I know it's a weird time, but
It is. I was gonna maybe direct this short that I might also star in, but I don't really know if it's feasible at this point with all of this going on, because it takes place on a boat and we might need a lot of crew, and I just don't know if it's possible. I wrote a short called Eden that's was a finalist at Nightmares this year, a finalist at Vancouver Horror Show. That I could shoot if I figure out this very complicated effect that happens at the end. And I've been kind of talking to people trying to figure out if it's even possible on a budget that is not existent. Because if, again, it's like with Boo, if it doesn't look right, it's not gonna be worth it. And I'm writing a feature called New Mom, and I'm brainstorming a Boo feature because apparently everybody wants a Boo feature. And although I'm a little sick of Boo because, it's been Boo all the time for like a year and a half, I would love to make a Boo feature. So I'm just kind of figuring out what exactly that would be. And hopefully one day it'll be.
Boo will be.
Boo will be. And I could dress up like as Boo. I could be sexy Boo.
There you go. It all fits together.
Yes.
I do want to mention that Juju B, who listens to the show, a one-time listener, sent me this tie.
Oh, wow.
Tie.
Yeah, that's so nice.
I like that tie too.
Very nice tie.
Yes. And she sent me coffee too that I drank earlier. I was pecan coffee.
Yum. I miss coffee. I quit coffee because I've been having migraines and I really miss it. And I'm still having migraines. So I'm about to just say, F it and go back to the coffee.
Yeah, I found, it was probably because I was addicted to caffeine, but I found like if I stopped drinking coffee, I would get a headache. And then
that's the whole thing is my doctor told me that's the thing is you're constantly putting yourself in withdrawal. Every time you have coffee and then you don't, obviously you're not ingesting it 24 hours a day, you're constantly putting yourself in caffeine withdrawal.
Yeah. It's weird because I stopped drinking coffee for like a year and then I don't know why I started drinking it again, but I do like it.
I miss it, and I just miss the taste of it. It's not even the caffeine. I don't really even need the caffeine.
I agree. I drink it because I like the taste.
I just like the taste and the whole thing,
Yeah, I'm naturally kind of scattery and hyper, so I don't think. I
have too much energy also as it is most of the time, so that's fine.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I got to get going. So.
I think that was like flashing lights at a theater. It's like turning his camera on and off.
Oh, and also this hat is hand painted by Annabelle Lecter.
Oh wow!
Wow,
that's one of my
all-time. I didn't even notice all those.
Yeah, it's amazing. I didn't know Annabelle painted that.
Very nice.
Oh my gosh.
So it's very personal to me because it's all characters that I like, not necessarily. Well, there's the Crate Monster right there.
Yeah.
It's a badass hat.
Oh,
there's
beautiful.
Belial.
The Tar Man.
Yep, Tarman.
Lawrence Harvey. Is that the Zuni doll? What is that?
Is the Zuni doll.
Zuni doll. Woohoo.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's actually amazing.
Yeah. Pretty sweet.
Oh, so where can people follow? Did you give like your Twitter handle or your social media?
You can find me on Instagram at KEF827, KEF827, or at Cyclamen Films. And I'm on Facebook, Rakefet Abergel, Boo Short Film, Cyclamen Films. If you look up my name, everything in the whole world about me will come up because there's not that many of my name. But yeah, and on Twitter, Rakefet27. I'm very findable. But go watch Boo and put nice comments because there's some trolls out there that I would like, to just bury those comments.
Yeah, if people don't know, the internet can be a very negative world.
They're very, very mean. I was ready for I was kind of preparing for it, but it actually wasn't as bad as I anticipated. I thought it was going to be a lot worse. I think I got maybe 10 or 12 negative comments out of like 500. So Those are
and you could say all you want, you pay attention to the good stuff, but it I think it's human nature to not
I mean, it wasn't of course. I mean, of course. And it wasn't even like negative about the movie. It was like, that's the fattest vampire I've ever seen. And it's like, okay, well, she likes blood. She's an addict. Like, she probably had a lot of blood. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. Like, I don't know.
People make fun of my voice. It's just the nature of like really brave people behind their computers. It doesn't even bother me.
I made a career off of playing plus size girls, and like the names that they gave the characters were like insulting in and of itself. So it doesn't bother me. It was more that like that's what you're focusing on. Like that's what you're focusing on. Like
because you've done all this work. It's your art. They shouldn't be picking apart. I feel like that when people say my voice, I'm like, cool. Did you see all the hard work I did? Like it's kind of a low blow when people are picking apart things that are not your work. And it says more about
if you like the movie wasn't good, then okay, that's okay,
But I would much prefer to be the creator than someone who's picking apart.
One guy made some really mean comment about the actual movie, and I was like, I would love to see your movies.
I can't wait to see your next film.
Can you send me a link? And he goes, oh, I don't make them because I can't handle people's comments, and you would think if you put something out in the world, you could handle it. And I said, I just wanted to know if you made something better than
I hope he feels real good about him.
Yeah, so. I'm like, clearly, you didn't make anything, so shut up.
Yeah, exactly. I can't imagine. It would not make me feel good to go on the internet and say mean things about other people's work, especially if I'm not able to create anything. It's very silly. It's very rude.
I just don't think people should. I don't know. But it's fine. I mean, it's fine. Just go watch Boo and write how much you like Boo and you think that I'm wonderful.
And we think those things.
We do, yeah. We love. Yep. I loved when I saw it with you at Happenstance Horror Fest. It was cool to have you on and have you back on.
That was awesome.
Very good time.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I still have my chip. I have a chip.
You have your Boo chip.
I should put it up on the bookshelf.
You should. It's so little, you probably won't see it, but you should add it to your little collection there. I still have a few left. I have to figure out what I'm doing with those. But thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you. And thanks for being on. We'll do it again.
Okay, anytime.
All right. Join us next week when Rakefet
You want me here every week? I can do it. Just tell me. I don't. I think you have enough hosts, though. You probably have enough hosts, but I will come and make jokes all the time.
You can come talk sexy costumes.
Yes. I'll wear my
really sexy costume.
My blonde wig again. It's very tight. I don't know if anybody wears wig. I can write my social media in the.
Oh yeah. Someone asked about the social media here in the. Adam Briggs says, I don't know. We'll give it out. Adam Briggs, you can find him at Mr. Brigglesworth on Twitter and Instagram.
I love it. There you go.
I like the name, yeah. All right. Thank you, Adam Briggs.
Yes. And if anybody wants to know more about Boo or where it's playing, although I haven't updated it completely yet, you can go to meetmyboo.com. Which I bought, and I was so excited when I saw that was like, Meet My Boo! I love it!
I have a panel that I've never posted yet because I'm a little embarrassed by it because I was on edibles during the panel. But I have a panel, it's me and Rakefet and George and a couple other people. So
which panel?
From Happenstance.
Oh, when we were talking, you were on.
Yeah.
That explains a lot. Actually.
It does, yeah. I've watched it. I don't know if I want to post it, but
that was just such a fun night.
It's fun. It's funny, but I don't know if it's kind of embarrassing.
I think you should. I don't think it was embarrassing. I think it was great. I think you were great.
All right. Well, thank you. Maybe I'll edit myself out and post it.
Oh well, anything I can do to
Now,
help.
2 years later. Very nice.
And Trista, I wish I had your voice because I feel like I would have booked more jobs. It was like you wanted something interesting about you. I like that voice is so beautiful and like interesting, and I don't know. I love your voice.
Oh, thank you.
I think it's great too, and we get a lot of compliments. I've had compliments that they like the contrast of the voices on the show.
Oh yeah, I have such a like aggressive voice, and you have just like this like lilting, very beautiful song sounding voice. I like it.
Oh, thanks. You know, I think we're all our harshest critics. You know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I really hate myself off air.
most I know all comedians hate themselves, that's for sure, and I was one of those, but yeah, I think most people on some level don't like stuff about themselves, but we have to see what other people see in us, and then it's good. This turned into like an inspirational podcast. Hang in there, baby.
Next Halloween, you can be a sexy inspirational quote.
You can be the hanging sexy cat. Hang in there, baby.
Oh, don't sexualize that cat. What's wrong with you?
I don't want to sexify any cats. I don't want to see any sexy cats this Halloween. Keep your sexy cats at home.
Send them my way.
Neal's like, I'll take them. Come to me.
All right. Well, it's been very fun.
Thank you.
We'll talk soon. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Stay safe.